Hello students, this is Nikhat teaching English in class 4 and today we'll be doing chapter number 3 from unit 3, Nasruddin's aim. This story is about Mullah Nasruddin and it tells us how his boastful nature lands him into an awkward and troublesome situation and then what he does to get out of it. So let's start reading. One day Nasruddin was chatting with his friends. He began to boast, "No one can match my skills in archery. I string the bow, take an aim and shoot an arrow. Whoosh! The arrow is sure to hit bang on the target." Hearing this, one of his friends immediately brought a bow and some arrows. Giving them to Nasruddin, he said, "Here, Nasruddin." Children, one day Nasruddin was talking to his friends and he started bragging about himself that he was a very good archer. Children, an archer is a person who shoots with a bow and arrow at a target. And then he said that he never misses an aim, and as he was praising his own self, his friends brought a bow and arrow and asked Nasruddin to shoot at a target. "Take this bow and arrows." Then pointing towards a target, he said, "Aim at the target and shoot an arrow." Nasruddin held the bow in his hands, strung it, aimed at the target and shot an arrow. Whoo! The arrow didn't hit the target. Instead, it fell down somewhere in the middle. Ha ha ha! His friends started laughing. They said, "Hey Nasruddin, is this your best aim?" So children, Nasruddin took the bow and aimed the target with the arrow and shot, but the arrow fell somewhere in the middle. And watching this, all his friends started laughing and made fun of Nasruddin, but he defended himself. Now, oh no, not all. Now, moving further, Nasruddin said, "Oh no, not at all," said Nasruddin, defending himself. "This wasn't my aim. It was Azad's aim. I just showed you how the Azad shoots an arrow." Saying this, Nasruddin picked up another arrow. Once again, he strung the bow, aimed at the target and shot the arrow. This time, the arrow fell a little further than where it had fallen before, but it certainly didn't hit the target. They asked Nasruddin, "And this must be how you shoot an arrow?" "Of course not," argued Nasruddin. So children, Nasruddin said that he was showing how Azad takes the aim with an arrow, and then again he picked another arrow and shot. But this time also his arrow didn't strike the aim and fell somewhere in the middle. And again his friends started making fun of him, but he did not want to accept defeat. So even this aim was not mine. It was the chief guard's aim. Now somebody remarked, "Well, now who's next on the list?" Hearing this, all the friends burst out laughing. Nasruddin didn't say a word. He quietly picked up one more arrow and again. And this time Nasruddin was really lucky. The arrow hit bang on the target. Everybody stared at Nasruddin, their mouths agape in amazement. Before anyone could say anything, Nasruddin said triumphantly, "Did you see that? It was my aim." So children, then he said that it is how the chief guard takes an aim. And hearing this, one of his friends said, "Who's next on the list?" And everybody started laughing. Now Nasruddin did not say a word. He picked one more arrow and shot, and this time the target hit the aim, and everybody was shocked and amazed, and they looked at Nasruddin with their mouths open. Nasruddin said very proudly that it was his aim that time. So children, I hope you have understood the story. Now we'll move to difficult words. First one is chatting, that is informal talk. Second is amazement, which means feeling of great surprise and wonder. Third one is archery, which I already told you is shooting with a bow and arrow. Fourth one is defending, which means to protect from attack. Fifth one is target, which means the goal intended to be hit. The sixth one is triumphantly, which means happy and proud. Now children, we'll move further. Here is a small worksheet, children. Please solve it in your notebooks. Stay home, stay safe. Goodbye.